I found websites that give you good things to say to people.
Really?
And it says, "Hey babe, so what's on your mind?"
Oh my god. That's funny.
I could ask Cleverbot.
Oh, okay, there's our topic right there. Our topic's going to be Cleverbot. Our topic's going to
There
be
you go.
our topic's going to be Cleverbot and more importantly the crazy weird things that Cleverbot talks about.
Dear
So,
God, Cleverbot.
yeah, really. So, what's the creepiest thing you ever got on Cleverbot?
I actually did get the Ben Drown message to come up on Cleverbot once.
You actually got the Ben Drown
I
message?
actually got it.
Oh, that's funny. That's awesome. I love that. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen of that message, of how that goes down. And that's got to be it's strange, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it just kind of happens at random.
It does. I'll never forget one time I was on Cleverbot and I was telling it my name and it kept mistaking my name for Lucy. And my name's Clay.
Oh,
I don't
oh
understand.
my God, it's
Yeah.
not even close.
No, it wasn't close at all. It just kept saying Lucy over and over. And I was like, I'm not Lucy. Who's Lucy? And he goes,
Who the fuck is Lucy?
yeah, and he kept going, well, you are. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And he's like, well, you are now.
You are now.
And I was like, okay, this is kind of disturbing.
Just do it backwards.
Yeah.
All right,
From what I read, Cleverbot's just a series of just numbers, and it's not really a person.
yeah,
There's a lot of those
just
conversations I've read on there that are almost sound like a person.
yeah.
You know, there have been times where I'm sitting there and I'm like, I bet there's a guy behind on a computer somewhere putting all this in. It was pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I always thought, my mind goes in weird places.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like Cleverbot's been around for like what, 5-6 years now?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while. I can tell you that.
Mhm.
It's crazy. Did you know there's actually a thing called there's actually Cleverbot fanfic?
Is there really?
There is Cleverbot fanfic. It's
Oh,
it's as bad as it sounds.
I gotta look this up now.
Yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. There's Cleverbot fanfic, and it's something about like giving it a personality and feeding it into a person or something like that. Feeding its information into a person and making it an actual person. Stupid, weird crap like that.
Cleverbot 6 fail.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It makes the whole Sonic fanfic thing seem normal. Which that's a part of the internet you don't go to.
Yeah. Stay away from that.
Yeah, really. That's crazy. It's very interesting, I will say. It's funny. Then there's the infamous Sonic.exe, who everybody hates because it's stupid.
I didn't think the first one was as bad, but the second one just like killed it.
It did.
It was,
did.
yeah.
Second one was bad. I wouldn't mind it, but then just everybody keeps trying to copy it. They started with Sonic.exe, then they started with TailsDoll.exe, and then Sally.exe, and the medium has become saturated.
Yeah.
I will say, and with each incarnation, it just gets worse and worse. The first one was like, I can tell it's a story. I can tell it's not meant to be real and all that. Yeah, I can understand that, but I don't know. It's just there's some things with the Sally one and everything, and it just got bad for me.
Yeah.
I got tired of it real quick.
I just found this fanfic, and it starts out by going, "Hello," and then Cleverbot goes, "How are you?" And the user says, "Good." And then Cleverbot goes, "What is a lion?" What? Because you are one.
That's great. That's awesome. I love that. That's all. That's great. Yeah. Cleverbot, it gets dark sometimes. It gets real dark.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was on there and I remember it talking about bound and torture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was talking about binding and torturing people. And taking it to its slave dungeon.
I feel like they just put these things in here just to mess with people.
I think so too.
It's like this is what you're gonna say when this happens.
Yeah. It's got to be like that. It's got to be. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. Yeah. And so oh man, I just ate, and so I got all these hiccups and crap. That, and I drank about 5 pots of coffee just now.
Dear God.
Because I had like 4 hours of sleep. So I'm a little wound up, I guess you can call it. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Sonic EXE, and then
I think I broke Cleverbot.
You broke Cleverbot.
Hold on, let me pull this up for you. Hold on.
Cleverbot's like does not compute.
Share screen. Start. Okay, so I typed that in, and now it's just kind of sitting here. It won't let me type anything.
Oh really? Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
It's just kind of died.
Oh wow. Well, dang.
Well, that didn't last long.
Yeah, really. That's funny. You broke Cleverbot. All of a sudden, I expect Cleverbot to just start saying "exterminate" over and over again.
Starts Doctor Who in it.
Yeah,
exterminate.
Really. Yeah, really. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, there are pictures of people giving Cleverbot a face and actually a body. It's weird. There's stuff like that in the dark part of the internet where you don't go. It's interesting. People have made a physical body and a manifestation of Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. And Hal's a supercomputer. It's crazy. It's nuts. I love the internet, but I hate it too.
It's a nice little love-hate relationship.
It is. It's very much that. It is very, very much that. Then, we gotta talk about Jeff the Killer at some point.
Alright.
Oh boy, what do you think about the whole Jeff the Killer thing? The whole franchise from the beginning to where when it first started and early 2000s to now.
Yeah.
To now. Where do what's your opinion on the whole thing as a whole?
As a whole, it's redundant.
Yeah.
It's the same story, just played over and over and over again. I haven't seen an actual original story come out of that in a while.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. It's getting tiring. It really is.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many Jeff the Killer stories come up that I run across. Just because I uploaded 2 Jeff the Killer videos. They did good. Everyone's sending me Jeff the Killer wanting to say, hey, do this story. No, I don't want to do that story. It's stupid.
No, I don't want to do that.
I'm like, if it was good quality and I thought it was good, I would probably consider it. But I did Jeff the Killer and Jeff versus Jane. Those were the 2 I did. And just because those were of all the stories I read, those were the 2 that I actually enjoyed the most.
Oh, because both of those were actually original stories. I mean...
Yeah. They weren't rehash.
Right.
Yeah. And I kind of liked Jeff versus Slender Man, but there were inconsistencies with the whole story that I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
There's a part in it at the very end where these 2 couples are walking outside the woods, and Jeff's there cut up, bleeding half to death, and they're looking at him like, maybe this guy needs help, and they're looking at him and he has a deranged smile. I'm like, what normal person is going to look at this guy with a deranged smile, look like the Joker walking out of the woods and with a knife in his hand go, this guy seems like he needs help. No?
Let me go help that guy.
Yeah. If it was me, I'd probably run as fast as I could.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's little things like that in that story that I was like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I would do it if it was like, if I treated it like it was a comedy, not
Right.
not as a serious, legitimate story. But oh well, that's the whole Jeff series for me. The first one I think was good. There are some inconsistencies with it, I will say. Okay, there are major inconsistencies. 12-year-olds with guns? Are you kidding me? That's why when I recorded mine, I changed it up to where they're about 16 years old.
Yeah, at least a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, it's a little bit more believable to a point. I tried changing it up. I made him to where he's about 16 or so. I was like, okay, I can understand that now. That's a little bit more believable.
Yeah.
But not 12 years old. 10, 12 years old. No, I don't see that happening. Heck, even them getting in a knife fight, I don't even see 10, 12 years old doing that. Unless,
Yeah.
Unless they live in the Bronx or somewhere. Yeah, it's great. Those stories are pretty good. I like them. I will say, actually, no, let's talk about this. What was the first creepypasta you ever read that legitimately just scared you? Like, staying up at night screaming, kind of scared.
To be honest with you, none of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I got one.
Which is weird, because I kept reading them trying to get... That's weird.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it.
That's funny. Yeah. I'll tell you mine, and it's look it up sometime when you get a chance. And this is pretty funny. I was on Facebook a long time ago. This has been before I started my channel and everything. I was just, I didn't even know what a creepypasta was. Somebody on there, one of my friends posted the scariest creepypasta he ever read. And I was like, okay, I got to check out what this is. I was like, what's creepypasta? I said, I know what the giant spaghetti monster is. Pastafarianism. I know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what that is. I was like, is this kind of like that? I was like, so I clicked on the link. It was one of the, I can't even remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up sometime. But it was a Korean-made comic book. It was telling the story, and it said, this is based on a true story. And I was like, okay, it's from Korean legend, apparently, of some girl on a subway or something, and it was just in a comic book anime style look. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I was scrolling down reading the whole thing, and then it said, and then all of a sudden she looked, and it showed the back of this guy's head, and I was like, what? And then I scrolled down, and that was as far as it'd go. I'm like, okay. I was like, and nothing's happening. I'm like, oh, that's stupid. And I tried to scroll up. I couldn't scroll up, and I couldn't scroll down, and I couldn't exit. And I was like, okay, what's going on? All of a sudden, this dude's head just starts spinning, just like, jump scare, and it was the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
It gave me nightmares for about 3 days. It was
nothing that bad ever happened to me.
It was creepy. I gotta show it to you sometime.
Oh yeah.
It was very interesting. And now there's a thing on the internet of like reactions of people like, in college and stuff, and going up to, going to computer labs and like showing, like going up to their girlfriends or something, going, hey, read this story. And they're like, okay. They go read it, and then they just freak out. And I saw one where this dude freaked out so much he took the monitor, threw it across the room. It almost broke it, and then he ran out of the room screaming. Because it was, and that was pretty much my reaction when I first saw it. It was It was interesting, I will say. And the funny part was that was issue 1. There's about 4 other issues.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a whole series. It is a whole series. It's the most terrifying thing I think I have ever personally dealt with in my life. It's terrifying. It's pretty bad. It was so bad to the point to where like I took my laptop, I threw it down, I ran to the back of I ran to the bathroom, and then just sat on the toilet for about 15 minutes. Just kind of like scared.
Right.
It was funny. My mom's just sitting there like, she comes up to me and she goes, why are you sitting on the toilet? And I said, I just saw something that had to be the most terrifying thing in my life. And she goes, well, you got to be in bed in about 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, perfect timing. And so, safe to say, that night I had many, many nightmares. It was funny. It was a blast. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I laughed, and then my friend, I saw him the next day, and I said, that link you posted, I said, that was bullcrap. He said, "Oh, you actually clicked that?" So I'm at school the next day, and he goes, "You actually clicked that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And he goes, "Dude, I didn't think anybody would." And I'm like, "That scared me." He goes, "Yeah, that's the point."
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm like, "Come on, guy." it's so funny. It was crazy. I thought it was funny, and me and him, I didn't talk to him for about a good 3 weeks. He's moved up to, like, I don't know, Wisconsin or somewhere now, and he's working in the Navy. You know, so I'm like, whatever, dude. No, he moved up to Washington, D.C. He's working with the president now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, part of the Navy Corps and all that. It's cool. He gets to do all the cool stuff, and I see him on TV every now and then when president, gets off his plane and stuff. He's there every now and then. I'm like, oh, there's my friend. Hey, what's up? I call him up every now and again. I was like, hey, you too big for me anymore? And he's like, no, man, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's so funny. But yeah, that was my introduction to Creepypasta long ago.
See, now you had a really cool introduction. I had a piece of crud introduction.
Oh boy, gotta tell me this story.
Because I ended up finding out about it because of actually Sonic.exe, and through that we ended up, I saw the video that PewDiePie had posted.
Right.
And from that, I ended up, what is this game? Like, where does it come from? So I started looking it up, and I read the story, and that was the first story that I had ever read.
That's cool. Sonic.exe is a interesting one. Yeah. I've played the fan game about I don't know how many times. It's cool the first time, but then it just kind of gets old and repetitive if you play it again. It's one of those one-shot deals. Play it one time, get scared. There's your effect. Play it again, and it's like, okay, this is stupid.
Yeah.
There were times where I played it on my computer one time, and I played it about 3 times. I'm sitting there in the Robotnik part where he's going down the stairs. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at myself going, I could be outside playing right now. I could be writing a book or something.
So many more productive things.
Yeah. Instead of this, it's not even scary. It's great. It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny. And then, I read the Sally.exe one. That one's not as memorable, I will say. I don't even remember half of what that story was about, to be honest with you. I just remember it was Sally, and then maybe Cream the Rabbit and everything, and Demon Sonic comes up and kills them all for no apparent reason, like he does. Just because it's funny.
Because he likes it.
Yeah, really. I'm like, oh, okay, guy, but whatever. Do what you gotta do, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So yeah. So, do any music or anything?
I used to, not anymore.
Used to? Oh, what'd you used to do?
Piano.
Oh, piano, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I do guitar and all that. Play country bands all over this.
You should play us a little bit.
I should. I would have had my guitar with me.
Darn it.
All my music equipment's locked in my band's trailer. It's across town, and I don't have the keys.
Oh, that would be a bit of a problem then.
Yeah, exactly. My singer has the keys, and he's somewhere.
He's out and about.
Yeah, pretty much. We just pretty much, we're from Oklahoma, and so we ended up, every Friday and Saturday, we go into his truck. He hauls this big double-wide trailer full of band equipment. We go down to Texas, Kansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Tennessee, Alabama, Arizona, New Mexico, California, just all over, pretty much.
Dear God.
Yeah, it's a lot of traveling.
Sounds like fun, though.
It is fun. It's fun hanging out with those guys. It's funny when your bass player used to be, he's about in his 60s, and I'm 26, but I'm like the youngest guy in the whole band. But it's funny because our bass player back in the '70s used to be a hardened drug dealer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I come up to him and like it's always funny. He tells me these stories. He goes up. He's like, "Yeah, back in the day when I was doing this coke deal this one time," and and he starts off on the story like taking it 100% serious. And
Right.
I'm like it's nothing, and I'm sitting there going, "Wait, what? You're doing a what?" No, I was like, I can't ignore the fact you just glanced over. I can't glance over the fact you just said you were doing a coke deal. He's like, oh yeah, I was doing a coke deal. He said, and then after that, I ended up selling meth to this guy. I'm like, dang it, dude, that's crazy. Oh man, he's an old hippie, but he's like big time gangster kind of deal. Like his brother. The girl was like cheating on him or something. He was married to her and he bought her a house and car and everything. And some other dude was in her house and car. He said, "Go over there and stab him." Just like it's nothing. He's like, "Stab him! Come on, do it!" And he's like, "No." His brother's like, "No, I don't."
Come on, do it.
He's like, "No, I don't want to." He's like, "Well, hell with you then. I got my own knife. I'll stab him. I'll go over there and stab him."
My
myself."
god.
Yeah, he's like, and he says it like it's nothing. Like it's saying, "Hey, go over there and get some ice cream." Like in the same tonality and everything.
It's like ice cream and stabbing people.
Yeah, it's just like it's just part of life. That's how he looks at it. It's
every day, just daily routine.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how he treats it, and it cracks me up. And it's funny because me and my the sound guy, we run all these big time professional boards,
right?
Soundboards. They're all
right.
digital made where we get like an iPad or something, and we can run around the room and test the acoustics of it, and through Wi-Fi can run all the board and all the effects and everything on it, which is pretty cool. But anyway, he's sitting there, and we're in this hotel room, and he's sitting there on the bed losing his mind. He's laughing so hard when our bass player's telling us the story about wanting to stab this guy. He's cheating on his brother's wife. I'm like, wow, this guy's crazy. And it's at the end of the night. It's like 2 a.m, and we've all had a couple drinks anyway.
Right.
So everything's about 10 times more funny than it should be anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm losing it. I'm laughing so hard. I laughed so hard that I was sitting in the room and I think I passed out a few times. I lost consciousness. I think from lack of air. I was laughing so hard. It was the most enjoying time I've ever had in my life. It was great. Being in a band's probably one of the most enjoyable things I think I've ever been a part of. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So long time. Yeah, I got about 10 more minutes. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much, my musical career, I guess you could call it. Exposure, I guess. Yeah. So what do you do now? Do you like narrate?
I used to, but not anymore.
Oh,
yeah, just kind of got away from it.
yeah. I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been trying to narrate and get back into it, but it's just bands and school and everything and job. It's just everything's just kind of done it. So I just pretty much just decided to just record, just talk to people and record that and put it on YouTube and call it a day. I'm like, this is about 10 times easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to read a script. I don't have to memorize anything.
Editing's boom, good to go.
Yeah, I can just talk to people. I was like, I can do this. I don't need all that other junk.
Yeah.
Adding music and adding backgrounds and all that.
It's just take time consuming.
It is, especially like when I did my Jeff video. I have 16 characters. There's 16 characters of all. I have 16 voice actors, including myself, all on it. And then I had to wait to get all the lines from all 16 voice actors for them to record the lines. That took about 2 months. Then I had to edit all the audio, which ended up taking about another month and a half, 2 months.
Props to you, bud.
Thanks. And then I had to edit all the video, which ended up taking about another month and a half. So this whole thing ended up taking about 5 months just to get out one 20-minute video.
But I mean, looking at my analytics and stuff like that, it always seemed like the ones that were the longest were the ones that people wanted.
Yeah, true, exactly. And that video's doing pretty good. I think it's up to like 1,200 views now. Of course, it's the biggest video in my entire channel. All my other videos have like 2, 3, 5, 15 views max.
Right.
It's funny, like, I look at my channel every now and then, I'll see it, and it's like 2, 2, 5, 5, 15, 30, 30, and then I'll see 1,200, 502. I'm like, oh, okay, that works. I'm like, this is just one video, and then everything else is 2, 5, 10, 15. It's funny, it's crazy, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm running out of ideas what to talk about now. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, really. I know. Yeah. So, like, what kind of like editing software do you usually use?
Sony Vegas.
Sony Vegas. I hear that's good. Is it?
I like it. Generally, for things that I do, I can take and put the lines separate, so then you can like the lines of audio, so you can take and switch out and put the timing and all that.
Right.
And it was free, so
hey,
it's always good.
Yes, that is always good. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Oh. Oh boy, I use a Final Cut. It's Mac's version of Sony Vegas, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And it's a pirated version.
Yeah, mine too. So
I'm not spending $500 to buy a program. I'm sorry, I'm not
right.
going to do that. A video editing program where I don't get paid to do it. If I got paid, I might consider it, but no, I'm not. I'm not going to. But
Yeah.
I use that, and it's got all these different effects and everything, and I use about 2% of everything that
Yeah.
program can do. And it came with about 3 or 4 other programs, but I have to hotkey everything. Every time I use it, I have to reinstall it every time, because as soon as I exit out of it, it uninstalls itself.
Oh my god, that sucks.
It does sometimes, but because I got the video program, and then it comes with a built-in compressor and line and other video style things that I have no idea what they do.
Yeah, that's how I feel with Sony Vegas. I'm looking at like, oh my god, that's but I don't even know what it does. Let me try using this on this video.
Yeah, there's things on there I'm like, okay, how does this work? I can get like a swirling effect or something. I'm like, okay, how does that work? And I can get like 2% of the first 2 minutes swirling sorta, but then the rest of the video is just straight. And I'm like, how do I get the rest of this? I don't know how to do that. I look up a manual and I read it, and it's like, it's not telling me a thing, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this. I give up. I just end up splicing the video in about 3 different forms and doing it that way. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'll see you around next time. How about that?
Alright.
All right, later, man.
Later, man.